Even though Mattel's deluxe line is a bit of a mess right now, and we're not getting any deluxes from Cars on the Road, despite the vast wealth of potential they could tap, like Ivy, the Camper Bigfoot Hunter, Captain Longleggy, which is the ice cream monster truck from the Road Rumblers episode, etc., etc. And by the way, when I said a bit of a mess, I actually meant like the whole room was flooded. But at least the 2-packs are still going strong. Here we have a great new 2-pack for Cars on the Road that has 2 brand new characters. It's quite rare that we get a 2-pack that has 2 new releases in it. It's been a while, so I'm very excited to bust this one open. Was the last one Laura Spinwell and Ray Reverham in 2020? It's very likely that could have been the case. Now, I think, so these 2 will be released in a 9-pack coming up, but I don't think we're getting like a Noriyuki single. Maybe it's possible. Sarah Coggs, she'd have to have some accessories to justify her to be released as a single, so who knows? At least right now, this is what we got. It is not in stores yet, though, which is pretty concerning, along with the Kay Pillar-Durev and Mater 2-pack. That case also has Mike Fuse and Zen Master Pitty, and Nate Stanchion and Jessica Giampetrol. It's on the precipice of hitting stores, could hit stores any day right now, but at the moment I'm recording this, it has not. But yeah, guys, let's dive right into the review. Pretty stoked for this one. I think I split up the reviews of Case L to slot this one in just because it was so exciting. I just couldn't keep looking at it in the plastic prison that it's in right now. So yeah, obviously new for 2022. I'm glad that they carried the logo onto the 2-packs here instead of, I don't know, that seems like something they could forget. But we have a broader landscape look at their cartoon art. Looks pretty good. I think it fits the on-the-road vibe. And their art looks really nice. We saw Noriyuki's art a long time ago from that sticker book, so that looks familiar. And there is Sarah Coggs. They both have salty tires, just like Royce Revsley. And we got a nice look at the map right here. So the map, they actually like distort it for 2-packs or whatever they need it for. Because if you guys remember on the singles, Salt Flats would be here and like Kaplush Mountain would be right here. And the circus would be there. So yeah, they completely rearranged the locations on the map depending on the size of the blister. Now this Kaplush Mountain over here, this is from Mater with Balloon. Like that logo is on Mater with Balloon. So definitely check that out. That's a pretty cool Easter egg, even though they don't visit Kaplush Mountain in the show. On the back here, of course, as seen in Cars on the Road, you get some stock images for the 2. I'm pretty sure we'll get a plastic Sarah Coggs in the Salt Flats playset with Mater. So the Super Speeder Mater, that's coming out in the next couple months here. And there's the other Cars on the Road 2-pack, Mater with Kay Pillar-Durev. But Kay Pillar-Durev's also out as a single. So I would try and get that version so you don't get an extra Mater. Assuming you don't have Mater, or you already have Mater. It is just the basic Mater, so I feel like a lot of you guys may already have him. But alright, I'll be right back with these 2 blokes all opened up. Here they are out of the package, looking pretty good. I do like how their turquoise matches. Like they are a team and it matches pretty good. I think they are like slightly off in the show as well, and they are slightly off as diecast. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if it was like a coincidence that they're just both teal and they started working with each other, or they painted themselves to make them look like a team. But either way, there they are from Cars on the Road, the show. Episode Salt Fever, that is the 3rd episode. Now, we knew these characters would be a part of the show for quite some time. Of course, we saw Noriyuki and Sarah Coggs in promotional material way back in April. You know, the sticker book, another book that showed them in a cartoon form. So we've been speculating about these characters for a good long while. And I had no idea they'd end up being the way they did. Like, I thought this was like a worker at the Dino Park. He seemed super friendly. It's funny how friendly he looked, but he turned out to be almost a villain, right? He had no regard for Mater's safety. You know, there was a previous racer that literally died, as we saw. Doesn't mention that, and of course Mater just wants to be fast, so he doesn't care. McQueen's the only one that's tempering this, but he's not able to overcome it. And then at the end there, Noriyuki doesn't even care that he survived or almost died and wrecked the suit. He just wants him to race for him because he's greedy. I had no idea that Noriyuki would be like that. He seemed like such a friendly little guy. He looked cute, like, oh yeah, look, he's got some stuff in the back. Yeah, that looks awesome. And then I also thought Sarah Coggs would speak in the show because she seemed like a pretty prominent character, her and Noriyuki, but she doesn't. Her glasses crack. I bet that'll be another release. Sarah Coggs with cracked glasses. Especially since we got her in that Color Changer 2-pack as well. I wonder if there's water still in this. Yeah, there is. I'm wet now. Okay. So yeah, let's start with Sarah Coggs. Yeah, we could start with Sarah Coggs. So a lot of people have complained about this diecast because she looks a little too plasticky, a little too cheap. She should look a little bit more gritty and more accurate to the show in terms of the goggles and the hat. Just, they look too plasticky, right? And I see where those people are coming from, but I actually don't think she's that bad. I actually think she's a pretty nice Pitty here. The goggles look good. I like her expression underneath the goggles. You can see that she's pretty eager and happy to start working on Mater. Looks accurate enough for me, like looking at the card art there. I mean, it's pretty gosh darn close. I like her forklift here. It's a nice sturdy gray. I know it's weird to say, like, I like that forklift piece, but it just looks nice. It looks a little glossy too. Of course, her tires are completely caked in salt. Now, they really shouldn't be caked, but for whatever reason, Mattel went for this like full-on solid fill of the tires. Could be snow, could be sand even. I wish they went with more of this Griswold design here where you could still see the black tire underneath the mud there. I wish they did that with these because it would have been more accurate. That's the only thing I would complain about with Sarah Coggs here. And pretty much all the Salt Flats racers like Revo Koss. He'll be the same way too, even though we got the Color Changer version. This piece down here is a plastic add-on. She was R26A, so all the stuff we reviewed from Case L, I don't think I showed you guys Sterling's base in his review. I'm not sure. I don't think it's come out yet, but R27A, if I didn't show you guys during that review, that's so time wonky. But yeah, R26A, so the 26th week of 2022 at the A Factory in Thailand. What were you guys doing during the 26th week of 2022? That's probably like, so that's halfway. That's like June. First week of June. I think, yeah. Wait, no, that's like the first week of July, right? First 6 months. It's like the last week of June, first week of July, I guess. That's like your midway point of the year. But yeah, I actually really do like Sarah Coggs. It'd be interesting to see how she looks like. Wait a second. I wonder if mine's supposed to be like that. Like it almost looks like, that looks like it's about to come off. That the seam there is cracking, holding her goggles on. Like that doesn't look right. And on this side, it's completely solid. So, I don't know. I feel like it should be like that. I feel like it would look more broken if it wasn't. But that's interesting. Yeah, maybe that's just where she takes it off at. But yeah, it'd be cool to see what her expression looks like underneath. Although I do think that, I don't know, it's weird. I think she does have eyes. I think the eyes are on the main metal body and not part of the plastic goggles. So maybe some brave soul could rip them off and show us. She's kind of the same model as those wide piston cup pitties, like Trunk Fresh Pitty here. But she doesn't have all the baggage, as I like to call it, all this random stuff that is attached to the sides and backs of the piston cup pitties. And then a quick comparison to the plastic version here, which just has stickers for eyes. She's got like a green hat and no salty tires. No window in the back. Yeah, it's interesting. You could tell that there's a strap for her goggles, but I don't know, it just looks different. Like it definitely is different on either side here. All right, either way, let's move on to Noriyuki. So I really do like his expression here. I like how he's kind of squinting, gives him some character. So he's got a little grill there, tail lights, or headlights rather. He's got this translucent visor, transparent visor, which I really do like. It's a nice touch for sure. It's always nice when they use like different kinds of materials on the cars. He's got like a little headlight up here, which really does remind me of the headlight that Griswold has. He's got this little logo, a wrench arch almost, like 5 wrenches connected. That's pretty cool. Nice tires here. Again, all in salt. He's also R26A. Tires got a lot of will in them, a lot of move. And he's got a bunch of random scrap metal in the back here. I always wondered, like, they go into the tent, right? Where do they get that giant suit to put on Mater? I mean, I really have no idea where they got it from. Even though Noriyuki does have all this scrap metal in his bed here, he still has it when they come out, and it certainly wasn't what they used on Mater. But yeah, it's interesting to see what he has in here. It looks like this might be some wood. He's got something in there that kind of looks like an engine or some part of an engine. It's very nondescript here. Like this all kind of blends together. I'm not a big fan of how that looks. It looks way more appealing from the back or even the top view. And he's got some exhaust pipes maybe right there. But he's all metal. Sometimes, you know, when you have like a pickup truck model or things that have 2 distinct segments to it, they'll make the back portion plastic. But they did not do that with Noriyuki, and I'm glad they didn't because he's really small. Plastic bumper though. But yeah, nice release all in all. I'm pretty happy with him. It was really hard finding another car to compare him to because he's quite unique, right? He's a foreign type model and they've never done anything truly like it before. Here's Trike Feldman. I just thought kind of a smaller type car with a bunch of stuff in the back. That's really the only category or criteria I was trying to hit. But I did find one that was pretty similar, probably the most similar you'll find. It is Alexis Wilson here. Kind of similar in size, and they both just give off the same vibes. You know, they have smaller pickup truck type beds with a lot of stuff in it. Now, I have to say I prefer how Alexis Wilson's bed looks here. You got all sorts of tires and rims and wheels and whatnot, and they're even rusting. So they're a little bit more distinguished and detailed than Noriyuki's scrap metal, and he also has all the stuff on the side. But then again, Alexis Wilson was a deluxe. Even though Alexis totally could have fit into a single package. Alexis is one of the smallest deluxes they've ever done. Even though in the movie, she or he definitely looked like a deluxe. I feel like they kind of downsized him a bit. But yeah, there you guys go. Don't really have much to compare them to. They're pretty unique, and that's probably how it's going to be for a lot of the cars on the road diecast because they're all super unique characters, well, except for Bill Revs and, of course, Kay Pillar-Durev. But these Salt Flats ones, and, of course, once we get to Dat's Jammin', there's nobody I can compare Dat's Jammin' to. And, yeah, like I told you guys before, Dat's Jammin' and Revo Cost as diecast should be in Case M, the next case of the year, because they were revealed at the San Diego Comic-Con and through a commercial. And we only have 1 case of singles left, so it would make total sense for them to be in that case. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Do you prefer Sarah Coggs or Noriyuki? For me, it's pretty easy. I like Noriyuki better because he's just got more going on. And we've gotten enough Pitties, right? It's more, I don't know, I'd rather get an actual unique casting, right? A car. But you guys let me know, and I'll see you soon for another badass review. Bye now.